About 2:30 in the afternoon, getting ready for tonight's game. It's just the USA versus Canada, right? I'm going for the Dodgers. I'm an LA resident. That's all I was raised with, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Good morning, good afternoon, should I say? Presents, man. Had a good breakfast this morning. Getting ready to go see some family members. Big D's birthday is coming. So some family members wanted me to go over because they'll be busy. I have a little event this weekend, and they wanted to come over there. Say, hey, come down. We can't go this weekend. I got something to do. I got another cousin that's getting married this weekend. So shout out to my cousin Ricky and his son, my primo. They're getting married. He's getting married. This commitment is which is cool. So they can't be at my birthday gift at the event. I'm gonna have a little event. I'll be live. I'll be with my mom, my stepdad, be with my wife for sure. You guys know Love and Grace, and some good friends are coming down. Man, we posted it up for registration, so we're just gonna kick back and just enjoy the day, man. That's all you could do, right? Typical day where I'm at over here in Riverside. Shout out to everybody. I got one view, one like. That's right. Lady Savannah, ready for the game. Congratulations on your birthday. Yes, I am. Some people say I'm a Scorpion, but I don't really believe in that. The mythology of that, back the astrology and all that. But that's all. Hey, call it what you want. You know, but right here it's cool. I'll be on for a little bit right now, then I'll be on later. Actually, I'm at the Food for Less getting some drinks because we're gonna order some pizza tonight. I'll be in over there in Almani. Well, you guys know my uncle, my crazy uncle. I'll be with him, so I'll be over there with my aunt CT, Crazy Terry. Shout out to you guys. I'll be over there with my cousins. So we're just gonna watch the game. That's all. Something to do, man. That's it. Just right here at the market right now. I just thought I'd go on a little live, see what's up with you guys, man. There's all kinds of things going down spiritually, mentally, physically. It's crazy, man. And that's what it's it. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. You know, People come and go, right? What's happening. Just make the best of your day and your opportunity, man. That's all you could do. Is to make the best of it. But I was tripping out yesterday when I talking about a little bit how I saw yesterday how we're talking about sports. The Dodgers yesterday, they're saying that I saw something that they're saying that the games are rigged. I guess they got the guy from Portland. They found out there's gambling. Like, oh man, if anything I can see that's gambling, it has to do with boxing for sure. Boxing seems a little rigged. You just pay the boxer, hey, just lose your fight, and he loses every round. However he wants to. He don't have to lose dramatically. He can lose it by just a couple punches, man. Money talks these days, I guess, man. And I was like, wow, okay, nah, that's not sports, is it? You gotta understand, people, ladies. If you guys are out here, give your man, a good hug, get some good loving. He stays right there in front of the TV, and he's just right there, just watching the game. That's all we could do. It's not nothing against you guys. We take our little time off, watch a little bit of sports. Hard working day. We come home, we just want to watch a little bit of sport. I like to watch baseball. I don't know about your hubbies or you. A lot of people don't like to watch baseball because it's boring. It's long, the pitching, out the strikes. But lately, it's been awesome, man. Especially for us Dodger fans. You see Shohei Ohtani, Japanese, affiliated, and he just came in. And it says, Savannah says, look at the 20-year-old prayer tonight. What was everyone doing at 22? It's true. Like I said, I was watching the games. I've been saved for a long time. I've been knowing God. I had a relationship even at 22. But I was a little backsliding. I was in the streets too. Separating myself, into the streets, man. Chef Z says, "Happy birthday, happy Friday, happy Friday, hey, happy Friday, right? Happy Friday, get her." Maxie says, "What's up, big guy? You got nothing else to do, but he comes out like that. What's up, Gordo? Maxie, what's up, big guy? We're just right here, just chilling, man. Get some drinks from St. Leonard, and I'll be on my way. Roll it down. Rip it nice and clean, huh? Like I said, I'm gonna be a family member, just waiting for the wifey. She wanted to go. She told me stay in the car. I'm like, what? That means she's gonna buy something extra. Hey, do what you gotta do. But like I said, yesterday. I've been watching YouTube and all kinds of crazy stuff coming out, man. This government shutdown, and I've been watching something with people who get government finances. I was like, oh man, it's been crazy, man. about the sports being rigged. I was like, man, people getting busted, man. Hey, you're gonna get caught, You are gonna get caught. If you're doing something wrong, you ain't doing anything right, somebody's about to throw you out there. It ain't no business. That's why I was tripping out. When I was younger, did I ever rig anything? Nah, I never went to Vegas, put a bet down here too, but nothing like this dramatic. Just did what I had to do. But I was just like, all right. So I decided, I told old lady, hey, my uncle wanted to throw something, and we're getting something tonight. I know we're gonna order pizza, but we're not gonna order from Domino's or pizza. I'll be in Almani. He's pretty close to Alhambra, so we're gonna go to. If you guys heard of the pizza place called Angelo's, man, I advise you guys go over there. Angelo's has bomb, man. They have bomb pizza right there. They have a big old humongous pizza. I'll show you guys tonight. I'll be on live. Pretty sure I'll be on live for a little bit, just to show you guys my pizza. Just like you guys saw me eat breakfast this today, and then I'll show you guys eating my pizza, which is pretty good. But Angelo's bomb. If you guys live in near Alhambra, the city of Alhambra, which is Monterey Park, San Gabriel. If you're in San Gabriel Valley, I advise you to look up Angelo's Pizza. It's a good Italian place, man. Dudes from El Monte don't get along with dudes from Norwalk, and vice versa. Tally, I wouldn't know that, to tell you the truth. I'm from Whittier, dog, so I wouldn't know. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. That's on them, man. You know me, I get along with everybody now. But even back then, I didn't sweat nothing, Alex, the Vato says, big D. What's up, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you. How you saw the video. You subscribe. I like that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, man. I got some good people. People are leaving right here. They're gonna take up. Yeah. They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. Everybody's gonna try to get home, watch that Dodger game, huh? Alex the Vato, I appreciate you, bro. But I wouldn't know that if the guys from Monte get along with dudes from Norwalk. There's all kinds of cliques in Norwalk, You got Body Norwalk, you got Peaceful. So which Norwalk are you talking about? Neither way, I can't even see them, not getting along, because there's a little space difference. Monty's far from Norwalk, It's over the hill, then you gotta go all from my on the streets. You gotta go all the way down Norwalk Boulevard, and it's a little drive, man. So you get pulled over first, if anything. If you look gang infested, Gunkin Weed says, hola, what's up, brother? You got the munchies? You get it. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's on right now. Like I said, I'm just enjoying the day, just kicking back at the Food for Less. Waiting for my ride. For Love and Grace to come. And we're on our way. I'll be on my way to El Monte. I'll be over there. I'm going to spend starting my birthday pretty early. I'll be with my uncle. He wants to celebrate my birthday. Like I said, he's not going to be at the event. I have an event on Saturday, which I'll be posting. You guys will see my mom and my stepdad. Well, where's your real dad, Big D? If you guys see my video, unfortunately, my father passed away when I was real young, man. So I grew up without a dad. I was one of those. That's why I turned into the neighborhood. But my uncle was like a good father figure. I had a lot of father figures in my life. Mama's Brick Oven Pizza in Pasadena is great. Is that right, Chef? I never heard of that one. Mama's Brick Oven. Okay, I'll be a spot. Put it down. You guys know me. I like to go everywhere because I have wifey. We go on dates. I still go on dates. I still take mine, show her love and respect. Take her place, spend a couple of dollars on her. It's a good thing. Instead of the nails, like, hey, let's go somewhere we both get benefit from. Let's go get something to eat. Big D likes to eat. I'm always working out, hiking. You guys look at my videos, man. So I do positivity stuff. I don't do no negativity at all. No negativity, I don't got time for BS, no. And lately on YouTube, it seems like there's all kinds of negativity. I don't got time for that, It's what you guys associate with. That's why I put myself in church, and then be out there, create some positivity, hear the good word to represent, the good homie upstairs. I'm gonna represent God, right? Because He died for all of us. How many of you would die for me? Not that many, right? Or you think those are close? They say, hey, you do this, you do that, like your friends and your family members. How many of them would die for you? Not that many. But That's why I like, serving God, because, he's a gangster, dog. He went up to the cross by himself. He shed his blood. The true sacrifice, man. That's why it's like Mama's Brick Oven Pizza, huh? There's a lot of good spots in LA right there in San Gabriel. I'll be in San Gabriel Valley. But Angelo's, check out Angelo's. Their pizza is like, you guys will see tonight how big it's great. And it's just like, boom. Weird habit. You didn't, he says, what do you say? But yeah, actually, look at the menu. Since we have the internet, which most of us had, the www, just go on there and check it out. Angelo's Pizza in Alhambra, bomb, man. They had that big. Everybody goes when there's always. I remember every time there was a pizza party that my family always, when there was a pool party, they had fireworks. They had all that. We always came out and we ate. We always ordered from there. It was funny. They have good stuff. They have good Italian stuff. It's an Italian place where it's a restaurant actually. Of course it's a restaurant. Go there. Their food's good. I ate there before too. Their lasagna's bomb right there. Go check that place out, man. There's a lot of good places So I'm gonna go do that. Eat a little pizza right now. Go check out the Dodger game because the Dodgers made it to the playoffs again. I'm telling you, they didn't go all the way to the World Series. We're about to take it. LA are nothing but champions. Especially when it comes to baseball. That's why I'm excited. The uncle's excited, go Dodgers, man. That's all we could do. Are you a KFC guy or a Burger King guy? Burger King. I would have to go with the chicken. Not that, KFC could be a little greasy sometimes, Burgers are good. If Burger King is good because they barbecue it. It's fried. It's not fried with grease and oil. They actually barbecue theirs. So that's a tough one. That's a good one though. But on this one, I'll probably have more of a KFC guy because I like chicken. Do you know Junior from Whittier? What Junior? Junior. There's a lot of juniors in the world. Period. I'm a junior, believe it or not. Tally, what junior? I know a couple of juniors in Whittier, but what junior? I'm a junior myself, so there's a lot of us, represent. But yeah, unfortunately, I grew up without a father. Unfortunately, my father was took away from where everybody talks about from violence, and it was in the 90s. My dad's been passed away since the 70s. Big D's gonna be 49 this Saturday. So what does that tell you? I've been around for a long time, almost a half a century. I've been around, to give to you guys. No negativity here, but positivity. All that negativity could switch around real quick. What you do, go find yourself a school, go find yourself, love, be careful with the love though, because it could be a distraction, right? And even the Bible says, it's better to be single. It's crazy, though. Because you take away your time so much, you gotta know where to put your time at. It says happy early birthday, Big D by Chef. All right, appreciate that, brother. You look much more younger, sir. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, appreciate it. It's because when you work on, you exercise, and you eat right, you tend to look younger. Yeah, and you don't tend to look older. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Well, not no more. I used to a lot too. I was heavy into drugs and onto alcohol, but when you put that away, when I started drinking water, and then after juices, the wife makes some good juices. You guys seen? If you guys look at my videos, you guys will see the juicy. I don't talk about it, be about it. He was real tall. I'm real tall too. I'm 5'11". He's real tall. Junior, like I said, there's a lot of juniors that are tall, brother. Tally, I know a junior that I used to live in Whittier. He used to live right next to me. He had a sister. He was cool, man. They're really hospitality. I used to be right there. Me and my cousin, we used to be on the porch kicking it. Just they used to invite us over. Hey, we made this. Come on, my mom made that. How many of us have those friends, man? They come over, hey, come over, come and eat this, come and eat that. Right? We used to go over there, kick back, and it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. But I know a lot of tall people, just like I know a lot of short people. What's up, everybody? But we're just kicking back, man. We're just chilling. That's all we do, right? That's all Big D does. Positivity stuff. I don't represent no negativity at all. This ain't no channel negativity. Even though people try to come out here and talk their smack, that's all I do. Smack talkers. That's it. Ain't nothing real about them. They're negative and It's just like, it's enough for even my old lady gets involved, on the screen. She'll tell you how she feels, like, hey, it ain't. And then you guys are quiet for a few seconds. Like, we ain't got time for niggas. Steven from Whittier is tall. Uptown, Mo from farm was the hood telly. We back then, I didn't. We didn't. Homeboys didn't really associate with the guys from Whittier Valley Locals from Uptown. If he's uptown, he's from Whittier Valley Locals, and my homeboys, I didn't associate with anybody that was from uptown. Still don't, I go to church up there, but back then we, not that we didn't get, not that they were our rivals or they're not even our enemies. To tell you the truth, we just didn't associate with those guys. Just because you're a gang, it doesn't mean that you had enemies from everywhere. We didn't, we didn't. A lot of guys hated my homeboys. You guys see me and my homeboys. I just throw videos. You guys go check out my videos. I was at the videos barbecue a couple weeks ago, which was pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I got to go to a funeral. Yes, another one of my homies passed away, but he didn't pass away because he got shot and nothing, gang violence. He was just party all the time. That's what you got to be careful what you put in your system. He was an ex Tecato, ex heroin addict. Catches up to you, these drugs, man. That's why, yesterday I was at the In-N-Out, and then my wife showed me this little clipping about these people they overdosed on heroin. This baseball team, they went over, they took the mom's drug. I'm like, how could they do that, man? How could the parents? That's why, as adults, you're supposed to be an example. You're supposed to put the right things out there. Don't put the wrong things out there. It's like, how are you supposed to grow? We're supposed to be, make our community grow into bigger and better things. And especially involving sports and baseball. You coming from baseball practice, you see your mom's dope right there, and then you want to snort it, and the next thing you go over, you die. That's nonsense, man. First of all, for adults, you shouldn't be doing that stuff. And next, second thing, you shouldn't be leaving it out there because temptation is a mofo, man. It's a mofo, you go out there, I could see that. Probably the son seeing his mom getting high, thought it was, like it was nothing could do no harm. And look at they're dead, man. It's crazy, man. And not just one, a few of them died. Imagine how their family feels. Imagine waking up to the day knowing that your son's gonna die. You thinking that he's a baseball player, and the next thing, a couple hours later, you found out your son OD. It's a heartbroken, man. It was really heartbroken to see that. I just couldn't believe that. It messed up my appetite, but I still ate. Because you know how us are. It didn't happen to me. I know you guys better you than me, right? That's what's messed up about society, man. That's why I believe in God, because God died for those people. Now they can get judged, go to heaven, and for the right things. It was accidentally, Stephen from Whittier is tall. Uptown Whole Farm was from the hood. I don't know, dog. I'm from Quiet Village, dog. Well, if I'm not from Uptown Whittier, dog, I wouldn't know. I don't know. No, I don't know, no Stephen. You know. But those dudes, when I was on the streets, they didn't really do anything to us. We went up there. I had a couple homeboys that lived up there, and they're not disrespectful. They did what they did. We were able to walk there, rode our bikes up there. They never did nothing. They were cool. They're a crazy neighborhood, though. They're crazy. They're pretty crazy. Every neighborhood's like that, though. They get into stuff. I said, where are you heading? Well, right now, old ladies at the market, they take a couple hours and a couple minutes. I'm heading to El Monte. I'll be in El Monte later on watching the Dodger game. My wife saw Dodger geared out. She has a hat. So you guys will see it. I'll post it up. We're just game one, man. United States versus Toronto versus Canada, straight up, right? The way you look at it, right? I just hope it's not paid off like the way I saw this thing yesterday. They're saying that all these sports are paid off. I was kind of disgusted by that because I watch boxing. I like to see boxing. I was like, nah, hopefully not, man. But I'll be on my way. I'm gonna have me a nice slice of pizza, watch the game with family members, and be celebrating my birthday. Kicking back. Big D's on his way to 5-0. I'll be 4-9, but next year is a different story, dog. And the reason why I look good is because I keep myself in shape. I go hiking, lift weights. I go to the gym and make sure I hit the gym. Put that intensive, healthy. Whatever you guys do, make sure you guys hit that gym. Drink a lot of water, like I said. I could be drinking a soda right now, but what for? When it's hot, drink some water. So I don't just talk about it. I just be about it. That's why everybody also, I have all these subscribers. Shout out to you and my subscribers because they know Big D's all about it. I don't just say things. I do things. You guys will see me here. You guys, I go everywhere. You know, I'll be in Las Nevada. I'll be in Laughlin. You guys will probably see me in Vegas, and one of my cousins, my little cousin, he has a football gig out there. So my uncle's all like, "Hey, go out there to see something like that. It's pretty cool, you know." I like to be, somewhere else to show you guys. And I'm always showing you guys something different. I'm never the same like everybody else. I don't have to cuss. I don't have to put crazy music. I don't have to do none of that. I don't have to show guns. I don't have to do none of that, people. I'm just me. I'm just a regular old me. Easy. I'm simple. I'll make things harder than what it is. And see, Chafes H2O, it's the way to go. There it is. See, I got subscribers. They know what's up. See, when I do something, that's why I want to involve you guys to show you. This is a channel where you guys, my subscribers, get to show. Hey, if I'm into water, then hey, my subscriber will say they're into water, and you'll see it. Chef Z by 7, he's into water too, or he has his water in his reception. And that's what I like. I like people following me with good attitude and not nothing negative. Like, I drink soda, dog. How you gonna drink soda, dog? No, I've got so many haters. It's incredible. Tally, how you got haters, dog? It's crazy, man. If you have it, there's gonna be haters out there. Let's just be honest. There's people that hated God. That's why that's why I know there's haters, because there's people that hated God. His own people put him on the cross. So don't count it strange. As long as you don't, fight back with hate, come back with love, forgiveness, compassion. That's what I do. I have a couple of haters out there too, but nothing intensive. You don't see them out here saying all kinds of crap or this or that. They don't got time, because they don't got time. I let the haters know too that they don't got time for that. Go hate somewhere else. And shout out to the haters, man. We're gonna have them. They come and go, man. They come and go. Trust me. It says, let's see. Eres un vato bien firme. Tú también. Los todos, mi gente está firme. Oh, Big D speaks Spanish a little bit. I speak a little bit of Spanish. Remember Big D, I've been to Europe, dog. Had to speak Spanish over there, because everybody, Spain, they speak a lot of Spanish. Matter of fact, all Europeans over there are very bilanguage. They speak. They speak English over there for sure, because they have Britain, they Norwegian, they speak Amsterdam. They speak it all over there, man. Italian. It's not that difficult, man. It's all about learning. That's what's cool. But this lady better hurry up, man. I'm getting hot right here. So 70 food for less, man. She was only supposed to get sodas. That's it. Nah, I'm pitching in for pizza too. I'll pitch in for pizza. But we go, I don't got time for BS. Even though there's a lot of it out there, I always ask, a lot of us were saying that, we found out the other day that the homie passed, all we have to do is just, somebody's going by, just tell them what's up. If you have all those haters, just tell them what's up. For me, it's easy because, haters, they come and go, man. And to have haters on social media is funny, because they wouldn't act like this regularly, If they see me in person, let me see hate on me in person. Over the internet, it's easy, because you can say, I don't like you. You're like, for what? You don't even know me. You even say this. What do you hate me for if you don't know me? It's that simple. I'm that easy. If you don't know me and you want to hate on this, because I don't like the burritos you make, because I don't like because you hike, because I don't like because you go to the gym, because I don't like you go to school, because I don't like you're married, because I don't like, what are you hating on? It's funny. I trip on people, And obviously, you guys see me on a lot of channels before, right? You guys seen channels. I lift people up. People I've been involved, they always go up. I go on. What channels are you on? Like the G-Lu show, my homie G-Lu, and he's black. And so don't say, oh, I don't like black people. You guys will see me. Once again, the G-Lu show. Go support G-Lu. Guys, like and subscribe. Tell him Big D sent you. I'm involved in all kinds of people. Right now, I'm hanging with my homie D&D, Danking and Drinking, Mr. 209, Bean Loke. These are guys that are from up north, man. And north and south have a tough reputation, but I don't see things like that no more. I don't believe in division or separation just because you're up north. Hey, I respect you. You're from Frisco, San Jose. Hey, just know I'm from LA. That's all. Respect that. I'm simple. If you can respect that, then it's all good. Because we're born different. I don't despise God. Wow, he was born over here. God put me here. Represent. Hey, if God put you there, I can't be mad at that. God put me in China. God put me in like, you know, I look at Israel, the Palestinians. If you're born a Palestinian, shout out to all my Palestinians, man. Just because I believe in Jewish terms, in some terms, you know, why you believe in Jewish terms? Well, don't you understand? Those are God's people, man. You know, so I represent that. You know, even though, you know, who knows what could happen, man. You know, that's why you keep yourself spiritually fed. I keep myself spiritually fed. And all that. I do all those things. I do all those things for I won't be negative. You know, that's how I start my day, right? It says start your day out with God. You know, that's how I'm starting my day. I start my day with righteousness. I don't start my day with negativity. I don't have to cuss or listen to this cussing music or do this. I don't have to do that. I just could be me. That's it. And I have over 1,000 subscribers because of that. You know, I have people that listen, that make a choice. You know, you guys have subscribed to me because, you know, I'm simple. I'm not here for evil terms or for mad terms. Even though the world could be like that, you know, I don't look at it like I don't put myself in. Of course, you slap my right cheek. You know, it says turn your left. I'll turn my left. You know, but if you're gonna pull out a knife or a gun, I'm gonna pull out mine too. What, Big D? You have those? Hey, those are rights. You don't get involved. You know, you don't know if Big D's packing or not. You know, you just don't know. You know, some things change, some things don't. You know, I ain't perfect. You know, don't judge me. Look at yourself first, right? That's why I like the story of the Mary Magdalene, right? All these people are stoning her. She was a prostitute. And then God says, stop it. Jesus says, stop it. He goes, judge yourself first, you know, because, man, us people got to look at ourselves. You want to hate on everybody else, but you don't want to look at yourself. You want to disrespect and call this person this and that. Well, look at yourself. Always look at yourself. It's always easy to judge people. I don't. You know, I put myself in their shoes, and that's why I'm able to be, you know, a participant, you know, those who are sick. I'm not sick, you know, but, you know, I go to a facility where and demonstrate. I'm not homeless. I can go give to the homeless, you know. I'm not smart, but I could go, you know, congratulate somebody that's going to college. Try anything that's changes is good. The Bible says should change for positivity, man. So if you're going to change for positivity, it's all about positivity. All negativity got to go, you know. Negativity has to comes and goes, man. But what's up, people? That's all I do. I make it simple. I don't make it any harder than what it is. You know, people always trying to figure that out. Like, I know, I only put so much out there where you guys speculations. You guys could think again. You guys think you guys know this, and you know a darn thing about me. You know, and besides I'm married. You know the simple things. Yeah, I have kids, my birthday. You know, my family. You guys will see things, but then, oh, Big D's this, oh, Big D's that, oh, Big D's this, oh, Big D's that, oh, Big D's this. Like, nah. Most of it is no. Who told you? Who told you? I laugh. I get at it, you know. We don't got time for that, you know. Only got time for positivity. I don't go to you guys and say, oh, you guys this, you guys know I have dogs. Of course, you know, I put them out there. You guys go into my channel. Oh, Big D hikes. Of course, you know, I exercise. Oh, Big D goes to the gym. I mean, you actually got like a scripture for that. Oh, Big D eats good for sure. She gets for sure. Oh, Big D's married. Well, come on, you know. The simple, the easy things. I don't make it harder than what it is. I don't try to be somebody I ain't. You know, cause that's where a lot of people on this YouTube they try to be somebody they ain't. You don't do that, you know. Keep it real. We keep it real right here. You know, Big D keeps it real. I don't try to be somebody that I ain't. I just be myself, you know. Trying to be like somebody else. I don't do that stuff. You know, you guys see some of my shorts. Hey, I'm very courteous. You know, I go and I give my positivity. I'll go say what's up, like the homie said. You know, YouTube as lately has been a lot. There's been a lot of stuff on here, man. It's crazy. And it's going to get crazier. Let me tell you that. It's going to get crazier. And it comes with attitudes, right? What kind of attitude do you wake up? Do you know, it trip out and people go to work like that. They like come in all angry. Like, are you like that at home, dog? Like, you go home to your kids and your wife like that? Are you angry all day? You go to the gym, you go to the market, are you pissed off? Like, it makes me laugh. You know, they go to church. That's why you got to go to church, man, because you act like that in church. You know, God could change you, you know, but it starts within yourself first, you know. It starts right here first, right? The heart, you know. That's why I know that's, you know, the heart. I got A&D, my boy. That's my boy right there, right? A lot of love, a lot of respect for the homie and his family. Prayers for him too, you know. That's my guy. He knows what's up. You know, none of us, we come as we are, man, you know. Get yourself involved, in right things. If I know you're involving yourself in church and you ain't negative, then hey, we could kick it, have a good time. We could talk about, say I have a lot of family that believes in God, that are saved. Like my uncle, his wife, he goes to church, so we'll be talking tonight. We're gonna talk about spiritual stuff. What's happening, and everybody wants to know where the devil's coming from, or no, this and that. I laugh, man. We get into some deep conversations, man. It's cool, just the way I get in deep conversation with y'all. What's up? What do you guys want to know? Ask me a question. Besides, what's up? I'll leave it up to you guys. Like the homeboy said earlier, do I like KFC or... Hey, man, I'm down with KFC. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just installed a new toilet and a sink for the motel. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Toilets, new toilets, they work, man. Because we a lot of our time we spend in the toilet. We're hugging the toilet. What I mean by hugging it, throwing up, or using the toilet. You use your restroom. You use number ones, number twos. I mean, the toilets are essential, man. That's cool. A&D that you put a new toilet. You got a new one in there. It must be made of gold. What you put it in must be made of gold, homie. That's what I'm talking about. Make yourself presentable, man. Toilets are important, You can't have a house without a toilet. We know that. Unless you're Mexican, you're using the toilet outside. You dig a hole. Oh, man. I got time to dig holes, homie. And so America's different, man. You install a new toilet. Imagine in Mexico, man, over there, they dig a hole. That's crazy. All apart a lot of places in the world are like that. They don't have restrooms fortified or made. That it takes a lot of piping. It's a lot of work that goes into it, man. We don't got that. Some places they don't have that. It's a luxury. If you have a toilet, it's a luxury, actually. God bless the toilets, man. I'm telling you, just flush it. We just flush it and it's gone. So other countries, they still got to live with it, right? You got to dig it up. You got to dig it in, dig it out. It's funny, man. It's crazy. Like Mexico, right? I have a cousin over there. I told him, can I use the restrooms outside? What the heck? And he showed me a big old ditch. I go, hey, dog, easy for a number one, for a guy. But what about a female, They got squat, sit. It's crazy, dog. I'm telling y'all, man. Make it more easier than what it is. That's why I make my life easy, That's why I don't have too many haters. That's why I don't have too much of this, too much of that, because I keep it easy. I keep it simple, Instead of carrying cans, I have a simple 9 to 5, because there's a lot of people that are out there, right? You see them hustling, they're carrying cans. They shout out to my people that are carrying cans, recycling, and all that stuff. It's a job, man. People collecting, the drive-through, collect all your garbage, They'll get your couches, your refrigerator. You do that for a sense of $1, man. They got to do what they got to do. I'd rather just go cycle count and go count my parts for the next product that needs, and that's it. Pay me as that. Get up at 7, start your day, working 9 to 5. And that's it. Make it easier than what it is. Don't make it harder than what it is, man. Make your life easy, people. I'm telling you, make your life easy, it'll be easy to you. Easy things you give, easy things come, man. That's the way it is. Ese mucho gusto, mucho cuando está los días, así que sigue siendo la que ocha. Whatever that means in English, homie, because, Big D, I read Spanish, but I don't understand it. I understand it when you're saying it to me, but Egra, Hue, Ejo, Granji. Actually, that's what it is. Shout out to my people, man. I'm Mexican American, but to read Spanish is one thing, and it's very important. I heard I know a story about education is real important. You say, why is education important? Because trip on this, right? Big D's been to a county, right? I've been to a county, and I remember this one time this homie got a huila, right? And he knew how to read, right? And by me saying this, he read it in Spanish. It was written in Spanish, and it said that he had to whack the homie in there, to tell me to help him to whack him. and I was like, what the heck? And the homie caught it, opened it, and read it. And he was like, oh, you're supposed to do this to me. And I was like, how do you know? He goes, here it is. He goes, this is Spanish. I understand speaking Spanish. And the homie went off on him. I was like, dang, it's crazy. So, I mean, you never know, man. It's crazy, man. They'll tell you in there, the homies will tell you education is very important. And even if it's a little, there's scrutiny in there, because you can't go to a class, because it's all about numbers, they want you to be deep on this. They want you to go to class, and there's only 2 or 3 of you when everybody else goes to class, and the other side always wants to write when there's less people, so where you're at is like, no, you can't go to school. That's where I was at. It was like that. I'm telling you, Big D's been through some stuff, man. I've been through some many things. Even though I never been in a prison channel, thank God I ain't no prison channel. I got time for that. I got time to tell you, oh, well, this happened on level 4, or this happened on level 2. I don't got time for that, man. This, he's like, I was in the yard. Like, oh, you're out of the yard now, homie. Now you're in my yard. What's up? I remember that happened to one time too, right? Some dude came out. He's like, I came from this yard. I'm like, oh, you're in my yard now, homie. What's up, Man, don't get confused. Don't get twisted. In and out. It's real simple like that, Like, oh, you were in the yard, okay, but you're not in the institutionalized yard. You're in my yard now. You're in my front yard. What's up? It's crazy, man. And, somebody messing with Love and Grace. I had a paintball gun. I ran through the whole apartment complex and flashing it because I pulled it on the dude, and they called the cops and they thought it was a real gun. Like, that was funny. That's crazy, man. I've been through some severe funny things, man. And like you think it's severe, but it's funny at the same time. It's crazy. I met people that have gone through it, like, it's just like, hey, I'm just here, dog. That's it. No harm, no foul, man. But make sure what you do is right, and what is right is not wrong, man. You gotta put God first. God will show you, man. That's where I'm at right now. I'm all about praises and wondering. This channel is all about praise and wondering. I give grace. Big D could have been dead a lot of times, man. Just like a lot of us. I seen the barrel. I seen the shot. Everything. Just the spark. It's crazy, man. Fell down. I looked up like the movies do. I see the guy running to the car. Like, I've been there, done that. I don't gotta talk about it. It ain't no music. You guys see me, Prison Bound, right? Go check out Prison Bound, right? They roll up on you. They tell the Prison Bound. I like Prison Bound because it shows me in the 90s what I was all about. Barrio Driven. Go check out Barrio Driven. The homie gave me a interview, tells my whole story. I went back to the places where I got shot at. Where this. I don't have nothing to hide. I have a little sense of fear. Like scared because to go back and right away. These guys, they see homies, they might think like, do you have the most beef? The dudes from Norwalk one ways? Nah. Not even Norwalk's way in the top, just because they're southeast, I never had problems with the guys from Norwalk. Never. People have been saying that, not that I know of, I don't go out there. But I never had problems with the dudes from Norwalk. I used to go there a lot. I know all the gangs from Norwalk. Peaceful, Barrio. Those are the 2 main cliques. Neighborhood Norwalk. Those are like 2 or 3 cliques that are mainly over there. Norwalk one ways. Peaceful. Don't get along with Barrio Norwalk. Orange Street. Nah. Never. I always stood in Whittier. Just stood in Whittier. That's all it is. All my rivals come from Whittier. All my business was from Whittier, and that's it. There's nothing wrong, nothing more, nothing less. You just did the things I had to do in Whittier. That's it. I didn't have to go nowhere else and start beef with this, start trouble with them. Like, nah. I never did nothing to my homeboys. We never did nothing to them for there could be that kind of affliction. I don't know now. My homeboys don't say nothing now. You guys see me? With the hangout right there. I was kicking. Look at my old videos. I was hanging out with the homies from my neighbor. They never say nothing. They usually tell it, even though I'm not involved there. Or I watch out with these guys. Watch out. Like, oh, really? I'm not like that. The most beef with the guys from not even about Southside Whittier. Not even, man. Southside Whittier, nah. The guys that my homeboys that we had problems with are right across the street. They're right across the street. They're not like Norwalk's the next city over. Southside Waiters on the south side. You know, the guys that I had the most beef with were the guys across the street. That's how close it was. We didn't have those problems. I didn't have those problems with anybody. Now I don't have problems with nobody. God says that my enemies will set a table, right? They'll be peaceful. That's what I represent. And it's funny because your enemies could be in jail and they'll be your best friends. That's such a trip to me. Like, how could you call them your enemies when you go to jail? They're your best friends. Oh, where are you from? I'm from this area, homie. Oh, you're from the southeast. Well, you're homie from here. Oh, you're lucky. That's my rival. But then they're not your rival. Everybody clicks up, man. That's why they say the north and the south. I trip on that, But today's Dodger blue, baby. Blue all day. It's my favorite color. I have nothing against red, man. If you represent red, hey, that's you. That's cool. Stay representing. Don't change for nothing. Nobody. I don't change for nobody. That's the way it is, It's funny, Telly Savalas. Don't you live up north? And how you know about all these clicks over here? Yeah. Is that why you have a lot of haters? Because you get involved in places where you're not supposed to get involved? You gotta be careful, dog, Especially you can say, oh, where do you represent at, Telly? Where do you live at? No, huh? Telly jumped down. He want me to say nothing to him. He can't answer. But it's cool. Been almost an hour. Got shout out to my one follower, my one subscriber's on right now. Got 8 good likes, from the people. I'll let you go see a lady coming. She's coming back. I just want to put this in the trunk and bombing. Let's go. But shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys. What you guys are doing. Yeah, Big D has 3 dots. You could listen to me rap music. You could listen to music. You could watch a movie. No, I lived it. Tell you last question. What if your youngster homie surrounded you today and said they were gonna jump you? I'll say, what would you say? For what? What are they gonna jump me out for? And hey, do what you gotta do. That's what it is, Do what you gotta do. I ain't losing nothing. Jump me out. Hey, I'm in the gang of Christianity of the Lord. I belong to the real homie. They could do it. They won't do that though, because all I hear is positive stuff. I wasn't like that on the streets. I didn't rank it. I didn't testify against nobody. I didn't go to court. I didn't rat. I didn't drop a dime. I didn't do none of that. So they have no reason to say, hey, you're not this. And when it came to putting in work, Big D put in work. Man, socked up a couple guys. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. I was there with the homies late at night. Got nowhere to go. I still with homies that didn't have nowhere to go. We slept in the laundry room. I just did it. I just did it. I was there. It's enough for the homies to say, hey, I have respect for this dude because he did it. He did what he had to do. And a lot of times, it's not easy. I slept on the side of the riverbed with the homies. I remember the homie, he's like, I'm gonna come back. And he never came out, so we slept right there. But in the morning time, what happened to the homie, right? He got a 1-2 for lying to the homie. Don't be a guy that says you're gonna do something and you don't do it at all. Don't be a procrastinated liar, man, because some homies they could, they can't. You shouldn't be saying something that you can't do. And that's what made me laugh, so I was tripped out. And Big D, the big guy was there. But all guys love, like I said, I went to an event a couple weeks ago and the homies were giving me hugs. I was able to come out and go live. You guys know what's up. If you get along, if the older homeboy invites you, you must have a good name, man. I know I do. I'm getting old too. I'm gonna be older. Where my hair is, I'm ready going bald, dude. A lot of homies consider me older, homie. Like, and they look at myself like, what? Older from where, homie? Like, But I gotta go be going to another funeral. Like I said, one of my good homies, has a good name. He just passed. I had a homie that passed away. So shout out to him and his family. Yeah, brothers from my neighborhood that passed away too. It's crazy, man. So it happened, man. The drug users, it catches up to you, man. Drugs catch up to you, man. I ain't gonna say he OD. I ain't gonna say no. We ain't gonna go with that. He didn't OD or nothing. He just, they catch up to you. They get older, your organs get old, but the resins and all that, they're still there. So caught up to him. Andy, you're solid too, homie. You're a solid dude too. But a lot of my solidarity and a lot of my confidence, you guys got to understand, comes from up above. And I got family like that. I got a daughter that's serves God. You guys know, my wife serves God. So I got to serve God. That's where a lot of my positivity comes from, man. That's why I hear, like, I hear the voice of God. He's telling me, go on life. I follow you. How do you hear you? Like I hear it. First Peter. Blessed. I don't see him, but I can hear him. I can see him, like, not going right. A lot of people, they're like that. I did it because I see. I did it because I. Are you spiritual or what? Sometimes I gotta see where they're coming from. I just know God's presence here with me all the time. With all y'all, you guys are good people. I'm surrounded by good people, and there'll be haters, but I just laugh at them because you could hate from the other side of the screen, but you can't hate in front of my face. That's the way I roll. All right, guys. I gotta go now. She's right here. Yeah, hold on. I gotta go. Gotta help her put the sodas in. But I'll let you go. I'll be on live later on. Dodger can go Dodgers. She's all wearing Dodger blue. Trip on her. I'll show you guys after. All right. Much respect to all y'all, man. Andy, Tally Savalas, all you guys, man. All you guys who are like and subscribe to my channel, for all my subscribers, man. Keep it 100. Keep it real. Big D keeping it real says, what's up? I'll see you guys later. Late.